Satguru Maharaj ki Jai, Sacha Darbar ki Jai. Thank you to everyone joining us this morning for a spiritual discourse. Today, I want to talk about what it means to be in tune. In our everyday lives, we notice when we meet people, we get along with them very easily. We listen to music, and when we hear a tune, or we hear some singing, or we hear some instrument, even if we can't play that instrument, even if we can't sing, but we can tell if the singer is in tune, or if the instrument is in tune. What does it mean to be in tune? And in the spiritual path, what should we be in tune with? Once, Swami Yogananda was waiting with his brother disciple for the arrival of his guru. He was coming on a train. They had a message from their guru that at this time, on this date, that he'll definitely arrive. So, Swami Yogananda was meditating, and he got a message from his guru that, don't come now, I'll be late. He tells his friend, says, what are you talking about? Guru already told us what time he's coming. I'm going. Friend goes to meet his guru. Yogananda sitting, meditating, and his guru appears in front of him. And he says, I won't arrive by 9 o'clock. I won't arrive by 9:30. But at 10 o'clock, I'll definitely be there. Come and meet me. You'll see me just like this. And he describes to him the scene that he'll see when he gets there. The brother disciple comes back with a sad look on his face. Oh, he wasn't there. 9 o'clock, the train didn't reach. 9:30 train, he wasn't there. Yogananda says, don't worry, he's going to come right now. Let's go. So together, Yogananda and the brother disciple, they go to the train station. They see their guru coming, and he's exactly as Yogananda was describing. As guru comes to greet them, he says to the other disciple, oh, I sent you a message also, but you couldn't grasp it. So they're walking. And the brother disciple gets angry with Yogananda. He says, so Guru sent a message for me and you hid it from me? He said, I didn't hide it from you. But let me tell you what happened. He explains to him that he was meditating, and his guru appeared in his meditation and gave him this entire message. The guru also tried to convey a spiritual message to the brother disciple. But because he was not in tune with his vibration, with the vibration of the guru, he could not grasp it, he could not understand it. The brother disciple's anger turned to awe. He says, hearing what my guru is capable of, and how much I'm lacking in my ability to tune in with him, I feel like any university in the world is worthless. So, Guru sent a message to both disciples. He wished to communicate to both his disciples. But only the one who was in tune with him was able to hear the message. Only the one who was in tune with him was able to take advantage of what he wanted to convey to him. The words of saints, of gurus, are given so much importance. They have so much weight in them. If we are in tune with this spiritual vibration of our master, of our guru, then the words we hear in discourse, when we sit down to meditate, when we serve, when we live our day-to-day lives, we will always be open to inspiration. We will always be open to a positive turn in the events in our lives. Years ago, there was in New York City, there was the World Trade Center was hit by some planes. And so many people, after it happened, thousands of people died. And so many people said that at the last minute, they had gotten a feeling that they shouldn't go to work today. Or at the last minute, something happened that stopped them from going into work. Otherwise, they would have been in that building and they would have died as well. In everyone's lives, in all of our lives, we've had this experience that we're about to do something. And something happens that changes our minds. We're about to go in one direction and a thought appears. Or we're inspired to act differently. What are these things? What are these things? The blessings of the saints, the prayers of the saints, grace descending from above. What is it? These are suggestions. These are suggestions in vibration that are always around us. And depending on what we're tuned into, they can help us, or we can ignore them and go about our lives the way we want. When I was in middle school, I was learning violin for 3 years. For 2 years, I was really interested. I thought I got really good. I was never really very good, but pretty okay. The last year that I was learning violin, our teacher changed. This new teacher came and he switched all the seats around. And I got switched from violin to viola. And when I got switched, I got sat next to this kid. And he made it his duty to play as badly as he could. He was on a mission in his life to not learn to play. He was only in that class because his parents wanted him to take some instrument and learn some instruments, so he was in that class. So I got put right next to him. And the 2 years that I played and I enjoyed, if I played well, he would make fun of me. So first I kept playing, and then I started thinking, I would hear him laughing, and I would say, oh, you know what? Let me not play. So I would do like he would do. He would just move his bow the same as everybody else, but not play a single note. When the whole class would play together, he'd play alone. If it was his turn to play alone, if the teacher wanted to check, he'd be terrible. But he would just move his bow so that he wouldn't have to play, but it would look like he's playing. And sitting next to him for months and months, the whole year we were preparing for a big concert. So we were seniors, and there's a senior concert. So instead of preparing and getting better and better, I just got worse and worse and worse until the concert happened. And by that time, I was completely under the influence of this kid, and he had become my friend. So we would take joy in not playing at all. We would take joy in just moving our bows in the right way, but not making any sound. The concert was there. We pretended to play. And we joked and we laughed about the fact that everybody else was working hard and playing, and we were just pretending. After that year was over, I forgot about it. Didn't matter. But years went by, and I looked back, and I thought to myself that I was doing so well. 6th grade, 7th grade, I was learning this instrument. I was even proud of how good I was getting. And now when I look at it, I was in sync. I was in tune with what? With the teacher that was teaching. And I sat next to the other kids who were also getting better and better, who would compete with each other in playing well. And when I sat next to this kid who didn't care, who cared about playing badly, who cared about making sure he didn't learn anything. Then I came in tune with him. The influence of those thoughts, the influence of those snickers, of the laughter, of the ridicule, mocking goodness, mocking skill, it had its effect. And at first it bothered me, but then it became part of me. It became part of what I did that year in that class. Because what we tune in with determines what direction our life goes. And it happens so subtly. The thing that you would never think of doing, the thing that you would never think that you would even think, you end up doing those things just by what we tune in with. Now, when it comes to the words of a saint, of a guru, the same thing happens. I was in the same music class. All the other students who were there with me for so many years were still there. But I had tuned out of this idea of getting better and better and tuned into the idea of making a mockery of music skill. Same class, same teaching, but a completely different outcome. So now we come to the words of the saints, of the prophets, of gurus. When we listen to discourse, when we hear some story from a saint, the way that we interpret it, the way that we understand it, all depends on what we are in tune with. All depends on where we are spiritually, where we are mentally. So, what are we in tune with? What are we in tune with? It's very important. What we're in tune with, how we are in tune with something, will determine how we understand it. So, once a man came to Jesus and he asked him, he was trying to make him say something that would get him in trouble. That was his motivation to ask this question. So he goes to Jesus and he says, "You're so wise. Can you please tell us, should we pay tax to Caesar?" So Jesus knows what he's thinking. He says, "Show me this coin." He hands him the coin, the money of that day, picks it up. He says, "Whose picture is on this coin?" The man says, "It's Caesar." So he says, "Okay, so give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and give to God what belongs to God." What does this mean? It means so many different things on so many different levels. The followers of Jesus, what would they have heard? What would they have understood? Give to Caesar what is Caesar's, and give to God what belongs to God. For Christ's disciples, everything belonged to God. They had given up their lives, their livelihoods, to follow Jesus and learn from him. They would have understood everything belongs to God. If they've already given up their lives, what else is there? If you've already given up your life, what else is there? Give to Caesar's what belongs to Caesar, and give to God what belongs to God. His disciples would understand. Give everything to God. If Caesar was standing there himself, what would he think? This is a good preacher. He's telling people to pay taxes because this is my kingdom. Everything belongs to me. What is his understanding? What is he in tune with? What is his vibration? Everything belongs to me. I am the king. Yes, he's telling my people that they should pay the tax. they should pay the tribute to me. He is a good man. And what everyone thought, if someone would think that, okay, this is money, so this money belongs to Caesar, so I should pay the tax. But I pray, and my prayers belong to God, so I should pray, and I should also earn my livelihood, and I should also pay the tax. As the man, so the understanding. His words were perfect, because what everyone wanted to hear, they heard. The intention of this man to trip up Christ and make him say something that would make him the enemy of the king, it didn't work. He knew what he wanted him to say, and he knew how to speak in such a way that everyone would be blessed with what they're in tune with. The one that was in tune with the king would say, okay, he is recommending that I stay in tune with the king. The one that's in tune with him, the one that's in tune with God, the one that's a little here and a little there, everyone would get what they want. So, when we meditate, remember the meditation of Yogananda and the fruit that it brought. A message directly from his Guru. In our meditation, let us be in tune with the Guru. Let us not be like the brother disciple who the Guru sent a message, but he heard nothing. So we see that being in tune with the Master, with Guru, with God, it takes our life and opens it up to all positive influences. In every fork that comes in the road, we will take the right direction. We will make the right choice. We will take the correct action, have the right thought. And in this way, one step at a time, one moment at a time, one day at a time, the direction of our life will go up and up and up and up, never going towards a negative turn. Now more than ever, because we can't get together physically, because we can't meet together in discourse and serve together, it is more important than ever that we are spiritually in tune. Meditation, listening to discourse, serving in every way that we can. In these ways, we can guarantee that we stay in tune. When an instrument is out of tune, what do? Before a singer begins singing, what do? They check their voice against a known note. They use a machine that they know has the correct note, and they test it. Oh, is this note correct? How can we test ourselves? What is the way that we can know that we are in tune? Swami Ramakrishna, he tells his disciples that know that when hearing the word of God, you shed tears. When sitting down to meditate, tears stream from your eyes. You're filled with an emotion of love, thinking about God, hearing about God. That your soul is in tune with God and getting closer and closer. When you love, when you can't wait to meet with the other devotees of God, he says, know that you're getting closer and closer to God. So listen to discourse. See what effect it has on you. Meditate. Know that when you have joy in meditation, when the tears come, when you're engrossed, that you're in tune. These are the methods that we have to verify, are we in tune? When you have visions of Guru, when his message comes to you, in all these ways we can know that we are in tune and that we are moving along on the right path. So brothers and sisters, meditate, meditate, meditate. Thank you for joining us today. Boliye Satguru Maharaj ki jai, Sache Dabar ki jai.